What is it about rushing, falling water that fascinates us so? It hypnotizes. Its momentum moves us. It awes us with its power. The promise of its force can terrify. Its beauty can inspire. It humbles us with its grandeur. All these are good reasons why we should tell the story of Niagara Falls, but there are many more. The Niagara Movie Project explores the Niagara region in a series that tells the story of Niagara Falls. There are two Niagara Falls, both equally enticing. The Canadian side has always been known for its awesome panoramic views, but it's the American side that offers the opportunity to get up close and personal with Niagara Falls. In this outing, we experience Niagara, American style. They've always been referred to as one side or the other. Friendly competitors for that tourist dollar, the Canadians have always had the advantage with that great panoramic view. What are they looking at? They're looking at America. You may think that it's always been that way. Far from it.
A lunar bow, a rainbow made by the moon's light. Very faint rainbows. A natural attraction. Well, let's celebrate the natural attractions.
And just what effect has the war on terrorism had on this popular border region?
Go get an ice cream cone on the other side of the river. Didn't even think of it.
Is it true that staring at the water too long can lure visitors to their death?
Well, the falls have a draw to people. I know my own brother won't even stand by the falls and hold on to the railing. He's afraid to. He feels the urge to go
Niagara
in.
Falls still a natural wonder? Niagara Falls State Park in the city of Niagara Falls, New York.
Pose for your photo.
With a population of just over 50,000, Niagara Falls, New York is a small American city. And like most small American cities, casino and enough nearby tourist attractions to keep you busy for a month. The city is nestled in the crux of the elbow formed by the course of the Niagara River. All the night spots on foot and still be within comfortable walking just beside the Upper Rapids. Established in 1923, this award-winning historic country inn is just side by side with new brand-name hotels that feature all the bells and whistles that families and business people have come to expect. 1819, the Volstead Act established prohibition, and because of its proximity to the border, the city became a hub for bootlegging. Mayor Lackey, responsible for the lack of fast food restaurants, he ran on a campaign of urban renewal. It never happened. The upside was the Superfund, established by the federal. It provides for the cleanup of hazardous substances in neighborhoods. Niagara Falls has always been a natural magnet for artists. During the 19th century, because of the convenience of newly built railroad lines, people started visiting Niagara Falls.
Hey, Your Honor, it's real. It's real, huh?
The falls is a luxury, and people should have to pay to see.
And the British General, Phineas Riel, he said, God, those American troops, they are regulars now, by God.
In 1851, Harriet Tubman crossed the lower gorge at Lewiston on the old handmade suspension bridge with 17 rescued slaves. headed to St. Catherine, Ontario, where blacks and whites live together in harmony.
The guy at Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls! Out of my big mouth. When I saw him standing there, slow, I'm gonna get it again.
The park can be geographically divided into two parts that can be thought of as the mainland
but carefully approach the American Falls. And believe me, you're going to get wet and you're going to have fun. Go to the crow's nest and stand there and look up at the falls and have that mist come right at your face because it's a lot of fun. There's the mist.
Industrialists were competing for space along the river in an effort to harness its power for their factories and mills. The two men given the most credit were New York State Assemblyman Thomas Vincent Welsh and park architect Olmsted was our nation's first park architect. He designed New York City's Central Park and was involved with the preservation of Yellowstone and Yosemite before taking on Niagara.
Niagara Falls! Slowly I turn, and step by step, inch by inch, no, please, no. I step, and I knock.
Close, personal, intimate, and reflective experience of nature.
It's a lot of history and heritage, a lot of soft adventure product. Go to the Cave of the Winds, the Maid of the Mist, the Whirlpool jet boats out of
So
Lewiston.
through the Free Niagara movement and Thomas V. Welch's leadership in the Assembly, and I'm very proud of him because,
We've got some wonderful attractions that are starting to emerge, and then we've still got a lot of gaps that need to be filled.
There's big willow trees out there, and they're all gnarly and bent from the weather, and the water's right there, and you can feel the power of the falls.
Why they come, and they come because it's nature, which is what.
But I would like to see it, and it probably would take an act of Congress and an act of Parliament to happen.
The park print that is now the United States way of doing business has also been adopted in other nations around the world.
We still are fighting that uphill battle to get people to stay here more than 4 or 5 hours, and it's tough to do.
Hundreds of bald eagles. Not dozens, hundreds.
Down there,
And step by step by step.
Fittingly, Thomas Welch became the first superintendent. Today, there are over 6,600 state parks in these United States, with 10 in Niagara County alone. And the Welsh Olmsted Park is the model for all of them.
Somebody who's not even born yet, and it won't be for the next 25 years, will be a doctoral student and will be studying what we did now that person is going to reveal how much we messed up. That parkway was slammed in along the top of our gorge rim by Robert Moses, who knew nothing about environment, who didn't even have a driver's license, who messed things up from one end of the state to the other, and said before he died that it was one of the greatest mistakes of his life. And if we keep it in the face of what we know the environmental benefits would be, the legacy benefits would be, and what we suspect the environmental benefits would be of getting rid of it, if we keep it, it will be because of petty political considerations. And we will live to rue the day. And these people who are opposing it now will be remembered as minor scoundrels 50 years from now.
The Niagara River and Gorge are the most important flyway, according to the Audubon Society, for songbirds in North America. The most important. So those little creatures pass through here every spring and every fall, hoping to get to their destination. So we've got to keep this place worthy of their presence. Keep it natural.
You're right in Mother Nature.
And you don't have to deal with the inconvenience of having passports and all of your identification with you. If you're an American, you can enjoy the American side. It's definitely an improvement. You know,
God bless America.
Yeah.